Good day, everyone. We are the Group 10. Our topic is all about the introduction of congruence, basic properties of congruence. Learning objectives. At the end of this chapter, students should be able to understand the definition of congruence, provide the basic properties of congruence, understand the equivalent relation properties of congruence. Introduction of congruence. Congruence is a fundamental concept in the number theory that describes a relationship between integers. Formally, we say that two integers a and b are congruent modulo n, and if their difference a minus b is divisible by n. The congruence relation is denoted as a modulo b mod n. This means that a and b have the same remainder when divided by n. For example, let's consider the following 17 modulo 5 mod 6. Basic properties of congruence. Definition. In mathematics, when we say that two integers a and b are congruent modulo n, denoted as a congruent b mod n, it means that they have the same remainder when divided by the fixed positive integer n. In simpler terms, the difference between a and b is divisible by n, represented as a minus b equal kn, where k is an integer. For example, in the given example, we are asked to verify the congruence relation between 3 and 24 modulo 7. The congruence relation is denoted by symbol congruent and signifies that two numbers have the same remainder when divided by a specific modulus. To check if 3 congruent 24 mod 7, we can apply the definition of congruence. If a congruent b mod n, then a minus b equal kn for some integer k. In this case, 3 minus 24 equal negative 21. Negative 21 equal 3x 7. Therefore, we have shown that 3 minus 24 equal 3x7, which implies that 3 is congruent to 24 modulo 7. This demonstrates that the number 3 and 24 have the same remainder when divided by 7. Confirming the congruence relation, 3 congruent 24 mod 7. Next example. In the given example, we are asked to verify if negative 31 is congruent to 11 modulo 7. To check the congruence, negative 31 congruent 11 mod 7, we can use the definition of congruence, which states that if a congruent b mod n, then a minus b is a multiple of n. Here the step-by-step solution. 1. Given negative 31 congruent 11 mod 7. Substitute, calculate negative 31 minus 11 equal negative 42. Express a multiple. Negative 42 can be expressed as negative 6 times 7. Next, conclusion. Since negative 42 is a multiple of 7, specifically negative 6 times 7, we can conclude that negative 31 is congruent to 11 modulo 7. Therefore, we have successfully verified that negative 31 is indeed congruent to 11 modulo 7 based on the definition of congruence in the calculation provided. In the last example, in the given example, we are asked to check if negative 15 is congruent to 64. modulo 7. The solution provided demonstrate the process of verifying this congruence using modular arithmetic. To check if negative 15 congruent 64 mod 7, we can apply the definition of congruence, which states that if A congruent B mod n, then A minus B is a multiple of n. Here is the step by step. Given negative 15 congruent 64 mod 7. Next, calculate the difference negative 15 minus 64 equal negative 79. And next, check if the difference is a multiple of 7. Negative 79 equal 7x to negative 11. And last, since negative 79 is indeed a multiple of 7, we can conclude that negative 15 is congruent to 64 modulo 7. Additional, the solution also shows an alternative form of the congruence by transforming negative 15 congruent 64 mod 7 into negative 15 congruent negative 64 mod 7. This transformation is valid because adding or subtracting multiples of the modulus does not change the congruence relation. Therefore, the conclusion is that negative 15 is congruent to 64 modulo 7 as both negative 15 congruent 64 mod 7 and negative 15 congruent negative 64 mod 7 hold true based on the properties of congruence and modular arithmetic. Theorem 4.1. When we say the two arbitrary integers a and b are congruent modulo n, denoted as a congruent b mod n, it means that a and b yield the same non-negative remainder when divided by the integer n. In simpler terms, when we divide both in a and b by n, the remainder that we obtain will be the same for both numbers. This equivalence in remainders is the essence of congruence modulo n. Proof. The given proof aims to demonstrate that if two integers a and b are congruent modulo n, denoted as a congruent b mod n, then a and b leave the same non-negative remainder when divided by n. Here is an explanation of the proof steps. Assumption. The proof starts by assuming that a congruent b mod n. This means that a and b have the same remainder when divided by n. Next, definition of congruence. The statement a congruent b mod n can be expressed as n divides the difference between a and b mathematically. This is represented as n a minus b, where denotes divides. Third, expressing the relationship. By the definition of congruence, we have a minus b equal kn for some integers k. This equation shows that the difference between a and b is a multiple of n. And last, rearranging the equation, a minus b equal kn, we get a equal b plus kn. This equation, labeled as 1, shows that a can be written as.
Good morning, everyone. I am Canonica Rikami. First, I am discussing about the Theorem 4.2. So, Theorem 4.2, let n greater than 1, we fix and a, b, c, d, b are arbitrary integers, then the following properties hold. We have 6 properties. For a, if a is congruent to a modulo n, then b if A is congruent to B modulo n, then B is also congruent to A modulo n. For C, if A is congruent to B modulo n, and B is also congruent to C modulo n, then A is also congruent to C modulo n. For D, if A is congruent to B modulo n and C is also congruent to D modulo n, then the sum of A and C congruent to the sum of B and D modulo n, and the product of A and C is congruent to the product of B and D modulo n. For E, if A is congruent to B modulo n, then the sum of A and any integer C is congruent to the sum of B and C modulo n, and the product of A and any integer C is congruent to the product of B and C modulo n. For F, if A is congruent to B modulo n, then the k power of A is congruent to the k power of B modulo n for any positive integer k. Now, let's become for proof. Proof for A, for any integer A, we have A minus A is equal to 0. This means that A times A is equal to n times 0, which implies that n divides A minus A. Therefore, A is congruent to A modulo n. This is because A minus A is equal to 0, which is divisible by n. So, the remainder when A is divisible by n is also 0. Proof for B, if A is congruent to B modulo n, then n divides A minus B. This means that there exists an integer k just that A minus B is equal to kn. This implies that n divides B minus A, which means that B is congruent to A modulo n. Proof for C, if A is congruent to B modulo n, then n divides A minus B. This means that there exists an integer k sub 1, just that A minus B is equal to k sub 1 n. Similarly, if B is congruent to C modulo n, then n divides B minus C. This means that there exists an integer k sub 2, just that B minus C is equal to k sub 2n. Adding these two equations, we get A minus B plus B minus C is equal to k sub 1n plus k sub 1 k sub 2n, which simplifies to A minus C is equal to open and close parenthesis k sub 1 plus k sub 2n. This implies that n divides A minus C, which means that A is congruent to C modulo n. Proof for D, assume that A is congruent to B modulo n, then n divides A minus B. This means that there exists an integer h, just that A minus B is equal to hn. We can write this as A minus B is equal to hn to A is equal to B plus hn. Similarly, assume that C is congruent to D modulo n, then n divides A, then n divides C minus D. This means that there exists an integer g, just that C minus D is equal to gn. We can write this as C minus D is equal to gn to C is equal to D plus gn. Now, we can add the two congruences together. A minus B plus C minus D is equal to hn plus gn. Rearranging, we get an open and close parenthesis A plus C minus an open close parenthesis B plus D is equal to open and close parenthesis H plus gn. This means that n divides A plus C in close parenthesis minus in open close parenthesis b plus t. Therefore, we conclude that a plus c is congruent to b plus t modulo n. Next, we can multiply the first congruences by the second congruences. A is equal to b plus hn, c is equal to d plus gn. The product of a and z is equal to b plus hn times d plus gn. The product of a and z is equal to vd plus vgn plus dhn plus hngn. Rearranging, we get ac minus bd is equal to open and close parenthesis vg plus hd plus hng and close parenthesis n. This means that n divides AC minus BD. Therefore, we conclude that the product of A and C is congruent to the product of B and D modulo n. Proof for A. Assume that A is congruent to B modulo n, then n divides A minus B. This means that there exists an integer u, just that A minus B is equal to un. We can write this as a minus b is equal to un to a is equal to b plus un. Similarly, assume that c is congruent to c modulo n. Then n divides c minus c. This means that there exists an integer v, just that c minus c is equal to vn. We can write this as c minus c is equal to vn to c is equal to c plus vn. Now, we can add the two congruences together. A minus b plus c minus c is equal to un plus bn. Rearranging, we get an open and close parenthesis a plus c minus an open close parenthesis b plus c is equal to open and close parenthesis u plus b n. This means that n divides an open and close parenthesis a plus c minus an open and close parenthesis b plus c. Therefore, we conclude that a plus c is congruent to b plus c modulo n. Next, we substitute the expression for a and z into the equation AC. A is equal to b plus un, c is equal to c plus bn, AC is equal to open and close parenthesis b plus un times an open and close parenthesis c plus bn. The product of A and Z is equal to BC plus VNN plus UNC plus UNBN. Rearranging, we get AC minus BC is equal to open and close parenthesis BV plus UC plus UVN and open close parenthesis N. This means that n divides AC minus BC. Therefore, we can conclude that the product of A and Z is congruent to the product of B and C modulo n. Proof for F. For K is equal to 1, we have A is congruent to B modulo n. This is the given condition. Inductive step, assume the result is true for some K. The k power of A is congruent to the k power of B modulo n. We need to prove that the result is true for k plus 1. The k power plus 1 of A is congruent to the k power plus 1 of B modulo n. From the given condition, A is congruent to B modulo n. We can write A is equal to B plus Hn, where H is some integer. From the inductive hypothesis, we have the k power of A is congruent to the k power of B modulo n. This means that there exists an integer u, just that k power of A minus the k power of B is equal to un. Now we can write an open and close parenthesis B plus Hn times the power of A is equal to b times the k power of a plus hn times k power of a. b raised to the k power plus 1 is equal to b times k power of b. Subtracting the two expressions, we get a raised to the k power plus 1 minus b raised to the k power plus 1 is equal to, open and close parenthesis, b times k power of a minus b times k power of b plus h times k power of a minus b raised to the k power plus 1 is equal to b times k power of a minus k power of b plus h times n times k power of a. Using the inductive hypothesis, we can write a raised to the k power plus 1 minus b raised to the k power plus 1 is equal to b times un plus h times n times k power of a. This means that n divides a raised to the k power plus 1 minus b raised to the k power plus 1, which implies that a raised to the k power plus 1 is congruent to the b raised to the k power plus 1 modulo n. Therefore, the result is true for k plus 1 and the proof by induction is complete.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jonalyn Jameral. Theorem 4.3, if CA congruent to CB modulo n, then A congruent to B modulo n over D, where D is equal to GCD Cn. The proof begins with the assumption that CA congruent to CB modulo n, which implies that n divides CA minus CB, allowing us to express CA minus CB as Kn for some integer k. Also given that D is equal to GCD Cn, we express C and n as dr and ds, respectively, where r and s are relatively prime integers. By substituting this expression into Ca minus Cb is equal to Kn, we get dr a minus b is equal to kds. Since d is a common factor in both dr, a minus b, and kds, we can cancel out by resulting in r a minus b is equal to ks. This equation implies that s divides r a minus b. Moreover, since s and r are relatively prime by Euclid's lemma, s divides a minus b, leading to a congruent to b modulo s. From the expression c is equals to dr, we know that s is equals to n over d, which allow us to conclude that a congruent to b modulo n over d. This demonstrates that if ca congruent to cb modulo n, then a congruent to b modulo n over d, where d is equals to GCD Cn. Corollary 5.4. This corollary states that if Ca congruent to Cb modulo n and GCD Cn is equals to 1, then A congruent to Cb modulo n. The proof uses that fact that if GCD Cn is equals to 1, then C and n are relatively prime. This means that any integers that divides n also divide C, a minus b, which leads to a congruent to b modulo n. Corollary 4.5. This corollary states that if Ca congruent to Cb modulo p and Pc, where p is a prime number, then a congruent to b modulo p. The proof relies on the fact that Pc and p is a prime, then GCD Cp is equals to 1. Using corollary 4.4, which we just prove, it follows that A congruent to B modulo P. In essence, corollary 4.4 serves as a bridge to apply the result to prime model law in corollary 4.4, establishing congruence relations modulo prime numbers. Example, consider the congruence 33 congruent to 15, modulo 9. This means that 33 and 15 are equivalent when divided by 9. By substitution, we replace 33 and 15 with their factors of 3 because 33 is 3 times 11 and 15 is 3 times 5. We find the GCD of 3 and 9, and we see that their GCD is 3. Utilizing the theorem, we can say that if CA congruent to CB modulo n, where D is equals to GCD-CN, then A congruent to B modulo n over D. In this case, C is equals to 11, N is equals to 9, and D is equals to 3, so 11 congruent to 15 modulo 3. Through this process is demonstrate how to derive the congruence 11 congruent to 5 modulo 3 from the original congruent of 33 congruent to 15 modulo 9 by following the substitution and applying the theorem. Thank you.
Problem 4.1. Prove each of the following assertions. A. If A is congruent to B modulo n and m over n, then A is congruent to B modulo n. B. If A is congruent to B modulo n and C is greater than 0, then CA is congruent to B modulo Cn. C. If A is congruent to B modulo n and the integers A, B, and n are all divisible by D is less than 0, then A over D is congruent to B over D modulo n over D. If A is congruent to B modulo n, then prove that A minus B is equal to Kn for some integer k. To prove that A minus B is equal to Kn for some integer k, subtract both sides of the equation by B. A minus B is equal to open parenthesis B plus Kn close parenthesis minus B. Yung nasa loob po ng parenthesis and yung nasa labas na negative B, ika-cancel lang po natin siya, kaya siya magiging A minus B is equal to Kn. So the difference between A minus B is a multiple of n. Given m over n implies that n is equal to Rm for some integer r. Yung A minus B is equal to Kn. Magsasubstitute lang po tayo. Kakopy lang po natin yung A minus B is equal to K, then substitute the value of n, which is Rm. Kaya po siya magiging A minus B is equal to KRM. Therefore, A minus B is equal to KRM implies that A is congruent to B modulo M, because A minus B is a multiple of M. If A is congruent to B modulo N and D is greater than 0, then prove that A over D is congruent to B over D modulo N over D. Since A is congruent to B modulo N implies A minus B is equal to Kn for some integer k. By assumption, A is equal to K1D, then A over D. Substitute the value of A, which is K1D over D, is equal to K1. B is equal to K2D, then B over D. Substitute the value of B, which is K2D over D, is equal to K2. N is equal to K3D, then N over D. Substitute the value of N, which is K3D over D, is equal to K3. Therefore, K1D minus K2D is equal to A minus B is equal to Kn is equal to K3D. Substitute the value of A, which is K1, then substitute the value of B, which is K2. Then copy natin yung K, then substitute the value of N, which is K3, kaya siya magiging K1 minus K2 is equal to K3, implies that A over D minus B over D is equal to Kn over D. Therefore, A over D is congruent to B over D modulo N over D. This is because the remainder of A over D and B over D when divided by N over D is the same as the remainder of A and B when divided by N. 2. Given an example to show that A raised to 2 is congruent to B raised to 2 modulo N, need not imply that A is congruent to B modulo N. Solution. Take A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 4. A raised to 2, substitute the value of A, which is 5, kaya siya magiging 5 raised to 2. And B raised to 2, substitute the value of b which is 4, kaya siya magiging 4 raised to 2. 5 raised to 2 is equal to 25 and 4 raised to 2 is equal to 16. Isosubtract lang po natin. 25 minus 16 is 9. 9 is multiple of 3 but not equal to 4 modulo 3 because 5 modulo 3 is 2 not 4. Hence, a raised to 2 is congruent to b raised to 2 modulo n. Because the squares of a and b leave the same remainder, the difference between 5 and 4 is not multiple of 3. So, a is not congruent to b modulo n even though a raised to 2 is congruent to b raised to 2 modulo n. The congruence of the square does not necessarily imply the congruence of the original numbers. This is because the closeness of the squares modulo n does not directly translate to the closeness of the original numbers modulo n. Problem number 3. If a is congruent to b modulo n, prove that GCD of a and n is equal to GCD of b and n. Solution. Give a is congruent to b modulo n to prove the GCD of a and n is equal to GCD of b. Since a is congruent to b modulo n, we have a minus b is equal to kn for some integer k. Let d is equal to GCD of a and n. Therefore, a is equal to dr and n is equal to ds for some integer r and s. Yung a minus b is equal to kn, magsasubstitute lang po tayo. Substitute the value of a which is dr minus, ikakapi lang po natin yung b is equal to k, then substitute the value of n which is ds. Kaya po siya magiging dr minus b is equal to k ds. By rearranging, we get b is equal to d open parenthesis r minus ks close parenthesis. Therefore, d over d. Let d raised to 1 is equal to GCD of b and n. Then d raised to 1 must be the divisor of n and b. Since d raised to 1 is a divisor of n and d, it must be less than or equal to d raised to 1. Since d raised to 1 is the divisor of b, it must be less than or equal to d. Therefore, d raised to 1 must be equal to d, which means that the GCD of a and n is equal to the GCD of b and n.